Today's Friday, it's the 31st of January 2025 and we're back down in Palmanova and we've got the 3 flags back. We put the other pole up and we've now got our 3 flags flying here at the roundabout. It's another cold, blustery day though today. So in one of the storms we had recently, one of those flagpoles was actually knocked down and it's now being secured and well, hopefully it won't get blown down again, but we have had quite a lot of wind lately. It's continued to be blustery even this morning. We've just been to the market in Sonferrer. It started raining a little bit, so we thought that was it, but blue skies again. It's strange, isn't it?
19 degrees.
The thermometer in front says 19 degrees. I don't believe a word of it actually. It's been quite cold. In fact, last night the temperatures supposedly went down to 6 degrees. It's warmed up a bit since then. Not quite to 19 degrees though. But I think we're probably in the low teens at the moment, and maybe it will get up to about 15 degrees today. Well, first stop I think a coffee because it's pretty cold out there, so just a nice warm coffee. Cantoni here. These are very hot. There's no handles on them, they're very hot. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's warmed me up a little bit.
So we get out in the cold.
If you're not out of the wind, it's not too bad, so. Okay. I wanted to come down to the front just to have a look to see what the state of the road was, because when I drove past just the other day we saw that they'd actually started digging it all up. Well, not the road, the pavement. So I don't know how quickly we're going to manage to get that done, but the pavement was very uneven along the front where the bars and restaurants are, and it really did need to get fixed, and it looks like they're getting that done and doing a little bit of work underground as well, so it looks like they're putting some pipes in for something. Remains to be seen. Still looking at the trees up there, it is very, very windy, blustery. It just makes it feel so much cooler. I don't think we're going to walk very far, are we?
No.
We'll see. We might walk a bit further than that. The work across the road at the Piazzetta, that's ongoing, and trees that they were cutting down has gone. Logs are there ready to be chopped up or carried away. Tie, and I'll just, as we come round, you can now see the work that's going on here on the pavement, and it's looking a bit like Maggle. If there is no pavement, it's gone, and it's all been dug up. Now, I thought they were putting a tube in. It's actually just where they're going to be putting the curbstones in, and it just looks as though they're going to be relaying the pavement. Trees are staying there and they're just going to go round them. We'll cross over and carry on our little walk. Beautiful bright sunshine now, but windy and cold. And got somebody out there on the sea on one of these motorised surfboards. Quite fast they seem to go. And there are the clouds. That's what must have been giving us the rain in Sonferrer. I don't know if you can see that guy on the surfboard, but he is really moving along. That's a whole new dimension to surfing. Now there's the pavement that is all dug up, and it's right in front of the Fergus-style Palmanova. Pretty much the only hotel that's open here in Palmanova, and it's got that in front of it, so kind of difficult for the clients to get in and out. The main entrance that was there has now had to move to the bar, and they come over there. So most of the businesses are closed at this time of the year anyway, so not really having a great deal of effect on the businesses, though there are one or two still open. Saffron's been open, Tabacos is open usually. On this side, the Azure has been closed for weeks. Just as we go around, the Rossini's closed, LA Diner is closed, and the Portugal, Bitty Bistro. But at the end, you've got the restaurant's actually open. That doesn't seem to be so affected by the pavement. They've not dug that bit up, which is strange. Seem to have left the corners. Well, Chiringo's okay. There's somebody out there on one of these motorised surfboards. He's actually got his camera out, videoing himself on there. That looks crazy fast how they're going. Wonder how long the battery's going to last. Can't imagine it's that long. Seems to end there, and then El Chiringo. So, but the pavement there does need to be redone because it is uneven. Maybe they'll do that afterwards. La Colmena still undergoing work behind the boards there. So interesting to see what happens there. Contro Corrente is actually open, so it's not open now. It isn't even noon yet. Clouds look quite dark over behind there. Round the headland and back. Can we manage that?
It doesn't rain.
If it rains, we'll have to go and shelter. I did come down to Palmanova just the other day when the cycle race was on. That was quite exciting, and hasn't finished. So if you've got a thirst for more video of Mallorca, Eurosport, Discovery Plus, Max, there's several TV channels that you can get to see live coverage of the different races that are going right on through till Sunday. Sea is actually quite calm just here. I think he's got a 360 camera, so I think he's actually videoing both. Yeah.
I thought you got a fishing rod at first.
Yeah, no, I think it's an Insta 360. Notice more and more TV channels are using these 360 cameras, and you can actually video two different things at the same time with the same camera. It's really quite clever stuff. And there's the beach. The two guys on the water have got wetsuits on, so they'll be keeping warm. Just going up the steps here. And no graffiti on the wall. A little bit of local news, not Palmanova but Palma. The council there, the Ayuntamiento, the town hall, passed preliminary bylaws which say that people cannot sleep in their motorhomes in the Palma area. It's only Palma, doesn't apply to elsewhere on the island. Elsewhere on the island they'll have different rules, but Palma, they're trying to ban, I don't know, but big fines if you sleep in your motorhome. As part of the same set of laws, they're going to impose more restrictions on scooters and other personal mobile vehicles, so powered vehicles, but mainly it applies to these little scooters that got two wheels and go very, very fast. Got to wear helmets, got to wear high-vis vests, are the two which seem pretty obvious, but they're going to insist on having insurance. So they have to have an insurance policy, so that will be interesting. Let's see how it goes. It's the doggy beach down there. The scooters, really, they've some of them do go very fast, but they've given a new mobility to some people, allowed them to get around without relying on buses. They're not allowed on buses, by the way. They were originally, but they banned them from buses, so you can't take one of these electric scooters on a bus. Round to the next beach, which is again fairly deserted. There's one or two people, including the volleyball players, which are over there. That's a really good initiative of the council for making them available. The lifeguard posts are out, but they're not manned. There's no beds, and we've just got a very clean, very empty beach. I think some of the dogs are going for a walk. Baleares. It's quite unusual for Anita to be with me on this walk because she's usually having her hair or nails done. So. I must say I'm managing these steps much better than I used to when I first did these videos. Going up and down these steps was a major achievement, I think, but now just take them in my stride. Just look at that wonderful beach. It's going to be February tomorrow, and during the month of February we're expecting some of the hotels to start opening up. At the moment I don't know which ones. I need to do a bit of research to find that out. But as soon as that happens we'll start to see more tourists on the island, and then gradually we'll start to see the bars and restaurants opening up. I think it's probably going to be March when we see significant openings though, and around 50% of hotels on the island are going to be open. Oh yeah, we've got a swimmer in the sea. We do get a lot of questions, people saying, can you go swimming in January or February? Of course you can go swimming. It's very cold, most people would not, but there you go, there's somebody in the sea over there. It's not us, and we're not going swimming. Or surfing. I know I've done a couple of videos now on surfing.
Or
cycling. Neither I or Anita are likely to be found on a surfboard anywhere. And there's the Tropico Hotel. Actually somebody doing a bit of cleaning around there. Looking for people to work in the shop there. Figures were out a couple of weeks ago for unemployment on the island and nationally, and both showing low unemployment, lowest figures for some years. That means more employment. And really, certainly in Mallorca, they're calling out for people to come and do some work. They can't fill the jobs. So much so that some bars and restaurants are resorting to, I don't know, you say it's self-service paying, so that instead of a waiter coming with the ticket, you click on a QR code and you go and pay it directly through your bank account or somehow. And that really seems to be taking off in many places because they just haven't got the staff to man the tills and do the service that's required. And we've seen a lot more self-service checkouts in different supermarkets similar to the ones we might see in the UK and elsewhere, I guess, but they seem to be taking off here. Even the DIY stores have them now, so buy a length of wood and check it out yourself. But getting workers has become a little bit of a problem here in Mallorca, particularly the low paid workers, because they simply cannot afford to come from the mainland as they used to. And with Palma now saying you can't sleep in your mobile home, it's going to make it even more difficult, because a lot of the mobile homes that are here have come from the mainland and people are living in them. They've actually got jobs and they're working, but there's no way they can afford the rents.
This opens on the 1st of March.
So that's Zero's opening next month. Well, March, 1st of March, so that's not long. And I think once we see Zero's open, we'll start to see lots and lots of places open. Supermarkets across the road, they'll be opening as well. Can't see a date for them. Surfer's still out there on his motorised machine. I wish I could do that, but I know I couldn't. I just keep falling in. I remember having a go on a windsurfer years ago. A former pupil of ours went out to Strength, I think we were, and he brought along a couple of surfboards, and so I could tried to stand up on one and I was useless. Absolutely useless. I think I mustn't have a very good sense of balance, because I was pretty much the same when I went skiing. The first time I ever went skiing, I just couldn't stand up. I just kept falling over. I did eventually get it, and the second time I went skiing, I never actually fell down once in the whole week we were there, so that was good, and I enjoyed it very much. But that's a long time ago. I don't think my creaking bones would take it anymore. Certainly my knees wouldn't. Oh yes, it's caterpillar season, and it has just spotted in the tree up there a whole load of nests. In Mallorca, right on the other side of the island over there, they've actually issued 4,000 shotgun cartridges, and they are to shoot them out of the trees, and good practice for the shotgun owners, and hopefully doing a little bit of good by getting rid of these pests, which are one of the worst things we have on the island. Now, I did read today we've got an invasion of some species. In particular, there's a snake, which I've done in one of the videos, an invasive snake which is actually spreading throughout the island. But the problem with the snake is they attack lizards which are indigenous to the island, and that's a concern. And the other thing that we seem to be getting are raccoons.
Really?
Yeah.
Where have they come from?
So again, yeah, where have they come from exactly? They've come from somebody letting them loose on the island, and they've bred.
Rocky raccoon, line of beetles.
Another concern were rats on some of the islands, the little islands, particularly off Ibiza, not here so much, but on the islands. Don't know how they managed to get there, but maybe swam or they've got carried there somehow. And they want to eliminate those because they are quite devastating to the local habitats. We did have a problem here on Dragonera, but I think they managed to sort that one out. Nearly at the heart. Shall we just make it to the heart? Can we make it that far, do you think? We can. I'm actually feeling quite warm now. I've done a little bit of walking. It's warmed me up no end. Looks like the surfers have come out. I actually turned into quite a nice walk in Palmanova. The temperature's not too bad, it's not been too windy as I was expecting, and we've had a little bit of sunshine. But it's time for us to go do a little bit more shopping, and well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next one. Bye for now. Bye.
Not as cold as England.
Not as cold, definitely not as cold as England.